All right. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay. So sorry, how do I pronounce your name as Alyssa or
Yeah,
Lisa?
Elisa. Perfect.
Alyssa. Okay, awesome. Sounds good. And you're running for
Second.
secretary?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, cool. All right. So just wanted to thank you for coming to or for applying and then coming to interview for Mafa board this coming school year. It's really exciting to see new faces kind of wanting to get more involved with other Midwest Filipino orgs. Um, so the way this will work is that you'll have 5 minutes to do your speech. Um, I'll have a timer and I'll let you know in the chat when you have a minute, 30 seconds, and then time. And then you'll have to answer some questions. And then after that, if you have any questions for us, you can ask that. And then I'll give you a little outro after that as well. Unfortunately, we aren't able to live stream it on YouTube for some reason, but I will be uploading this to YouTube for so that people can view it and then vote. So
Sounds good.
um, when you're ready, you can start your speech.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Elissa Fisher, and I am a rising senior at Marquette University. I've been a part of Marquette's Bayanihan Student Organization for the past 3 years. I served as our secretary and co-president external. And for me, the Secretary of Cultural Affairs seems to be the perfect mix of the two roles that I served as. In my previous roles, I did things such as send out our weekly newsletters to our general body about the goings and happenings of our org. I contacted our different board members for the information that they wanted to have shared in that newsletter. I took notes for our exec board meetings, and I helped run our general body meetings. Most recently, as BSO's external, I helped organize and coordinate over 50 of our people to get to FACT and around 20 to get to MFAS. All of these past experiences would help me in the role of Secretary of Cultural Affairs. External events have always had a special place in my heart. I love external events and what Mafa does. Not only is it a fun time to get to see my favorite cousins, who I don't know what I'm going to do now that there's no more Louis in Madison, but it's a time to see how much bigger all of this is, how connected we all are, and the impact that these Filipino and Asian American communities have on so many people. I still remember my first Mafa event. My cousin Michael insisted that I come to Madison's MFest, even though I had only recently joined my own Filipino org. And honestly, it was one of the best decisions I've made. It's actually thanks to that first Mafa event that I became as involved in BSO as I am, that I met some of my best friends and my boyfriend, and that my college experience has been as great as it has been. I think a lot of people involved in Mafa will have similar experiences. It sounds kind of dramatic, but that's really what Mafa can do. And I would be honored to be a part of a board that helps make all of this happen and to helps connect all of these people into the relationships and the journeys that they have. Thank you.
Hey, awesome. Thank you so much for that wonderful speech. And so now we're going to get started with the Q&A portion. We're going to ask you a couple questions. There is like a time limit, but you have plenty of time to answer as thoroughly as you want. We'll let you know um, if it is coming up. But for the first question, uh, it is going to be that the Secretary of Cultural Affairs has various logistical and programming responsibilities. How do you plan on prioritizing those different tasks according to your goals and values?
Yeah, so like I've kind of mentioned in my speech, serving as secretary and the co-president external is literally the perfect mix of what the Secretary of Cultural Affairs is. So all of the logistics, all of the coordinating with different members, all of the writing countless emails and putting information out for multiple people to be able to read and understand, that is all stuff that I have done before and I've handled, and it honestly brings me a lot of joy. Um, Doing those types of logistical kind of programming things is very calming for my mind for some reason. So I love being able to definitely not during class when I should be listening in class, but I love like doing things like writing out my emails or helping format the website, or in my case, the newsletters when I worked. It's stuff that comes very naturally to me and things that actually helps calm my mind as I can kind of put out in front of me the information that I want and I need and the information that needs to be shared.
All right, thank you for the first question. For the next one, it is an important part of sharing cultural information from Mafa is that what you share is unbiased and apolitical. How do you plan on accomplishing that?
I think I have a really unique position and perspective because I am not Filipino. I'm Indonesian, so kind of cousins. So I'm coming at it from basically not knowing anything except for the brief bit that I've known growing up with Filipinos, and then now my 3 going into 4 years of being involved in the Filipino orgs. So I am learning just as much as the next person might be learning. And I think I offer a pretty interesting point of view because I don't know quite as much. I don't have this like giant history of family members being there um, or having multiple voices kind of coming at me. A lot of what I would do would be pretty unbiased research that I would then be able to put out there. And a lot of it would be research that I would want to know personally as someone who maybe doesn't have as much background and can build on those things that I am starting to learn. So that hopefully it's information that anyone, no matter what your background is or how Filipino you are, would be interested in learning.
Okay. Hi, I really enjoyed your responses to Danny's questions, but I have a few questions for you. So, secretary is a very self-motivated position. How do you normally go about setting goals and following through with them?
I am definitely the freak with the planner. I'm a big fan of Notion, if you guys know that. It's basically like a website that you basically program to be your giant planner that runs your life. And so having Mafa fit into that along with other BSO things and my own schedule, it's amazing. I love having my planner all filled out and having very specific goals and set expectations for myself of get this information out at this time, make sure you have this on the website at this time, make sure that these people have met and discussed this at this time. It helps to just be really organized and to be able to take all the information that others are giving, kind of coordinate it with myself and then be able to push it back outwards is something that is really helped by my own logistical and kind of organizational mind to be able to have all that happen at once.
And then my next question is like going off of what you said earlier about Mafa's website is that like one of the responsibilities of Secretary of Cultural Affairs is maintaining Mafa's website. So just in general, do you have any ideas you would like to implement or any changes you would like to make? Additionally, do you have a vision or theme of how you want that website to look like?
Yes. Oh my gosh. So when Andrew was talking to me about this role, he was like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, like, you have to do the website too." And I was like, "I love making websites." When I was a secretary of BSO, I had to do the weekly newsletter, and so it's pretty similar of like having this formatting, having your personality in there. I would love for people to kind of get to know the Mafa board members and kind of the Mafa spirit more throughout the website. So I know something that I did that I would probably have to kind of tone down a little bit, but was at the end of my newsletter, I would have like a little meme and then a message from me being like, "You're doing amazing. Like, I love that you scrolled all the way down here. Like, here is an emoji cookie." So things to kind of bring that personality into it. And the thing that I found is when people knew that was there, to that little message where it's kind of like an Easter egg. So I would love to do that where people actually go to the website. I don't think most people do.
All right. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. There was a little I had a technical thing with the Mafa Zoom, but that was great. Thank you so much again for your time. Um, that was all we had for you. Do you have any questions for us regarding Mafa board or the secretary role in general?
I don't think so.
All right, cool, awesome. So this is the second round of interviews that we're doing for elections. We have another one coming up in about an hour. And so once the interview wraps up, we'll open the voting for like this weekend. And then the member organizations are given 1 vote, and then Mafa exec board members are given 2 votes. For those running unopposed, you need a 2/3 majority to be elected. And then we'll get those results, and we should let you know by next week. So thank you again for applying and just wanting to continue spreading the Mafasphere through your own ways. So yeah,
Thank you so
thank you
much.
so much. All right, have a good evening.
Have a good evening. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. How do I stop?